So coming to seated pose. Beginning to find the feeling of root. To feel where your body is connected down to the floor beneath you. In these first few moments, checking in. Noticing how your body feels, maybe any areas of tension, maybe how calm or more restless your mind may be. And taking note, listening. So not with an intent to change or to fix, but really becoming present with or listening to your own experience. Your body, your mind, your emotional state. Just recognizing these as changing components that are not attached to who you are, but rather a part of the ebb and flow of your life experience. So without a need to judge, just becoming aware of this moment and how you're feeling, how you're breathing, how you're sitting. Starting to take a few deep breaths here. In through the nose, out through the mouth. As you inhale, expanding. Exhale, feel the breath drain out to the ground below you. Breathing in, chest inflates, belly inflates. Exhale, softening, emptying down. And as you deepen your breath here, lengthening out your exhale and thus your inhale, finding the gentle pause between the in and exhale breath. At the top of your breath in, pausing there. Mindful, slow push out, breathe out. Find that space again before you inhale. Slowly, fully to the top. Pausing and exhaling, draining down, empty. Taking about 5 full cycles of breath here. Two more breaths. And as you Bringing your hands to heart center. Breathing in, lifting the heart up. Exhale, bow the head to the heart space. Continue to focus in to the breath and the sensations of the body. Alive and well, here we are. One breath in, one breath out. Slowly lifting your head, lowering your hands, opening your eyes, welcome. Sliding your hands down onto the knees, grip the knees, and then breathe in, push your chest forward, rock your hips forward, lift your gaze. Exhale, round your spine back, pull your belly in, tuck your tail. Good. Breathe in, forward. Exhale, round back, think cat-cow. Inhale, chest forward, hips rock forward, lift the gaze. Exhale, rounding back, belly in, chin to chest, tail tucks. Last one, breathing in. Breathing out. Coming forward towards tabletop, so on to hands and knees. Press back, child's pose. So knees together or wide, doesn't matter. Let your belly rest towards the thighs. Arms can stretch forward or to your sides. And if your knees are together, we'll open up the knees a few inches as you walk your hands in about halfway. So knees wide, hands in front of the shoulders that you're lifted. And then breathe and reach the right arm up to the sky. Exhale to thread the needle. Reach the right hand through the left arm space, lowering that right shoulder and right ear down towards the mat. So if that lifts your hips and tilts you forward, that's fine. But thinking about the weight of your hips, just reaching back in space, or your tailbone lengthening back as this right shoulder relaxes into the floor. Press the back of your right hand down so you feel the sensation of the right shoulder blade winging away from your back. Option here to extend the left arm forward in front of you, or left hand in front of your face, pressing into the earth, stacking left shoulder over right, left elbow above left wrist. Wherever you are, lengthen through the back of your neck, reach the occipital ridge forward towards the front of the mat. Breathe into your back body and allow the back to expand with your breath. Inhale fully. Exhale. One more breath here. Getting ready to unwind. Left hand in front of your face, breathing in, right arm back up to the sky, open up. Exhale, right hand down. Good, arms in front of you or hands in front of your shoulders. Breathe in, left arm up, open up the chest, reach up. Exhale to spread, left hand reaches underneath that right armpit, lowering the left shoulder and ear down to the mat. Relax the head down. Press the back of your left hand into the earth. Right arm can reach forward or right palm in front of your face, stacking your shoulders. One more breath in. Exhale. Getting ready to lift, right palm down, breathe in, left arm up. Exhale, left hand back down. Walk your hands forward in front of you. Shift yourself onto your knees Then let your hips start to drop forward. Pull the belly in, press your hips back. So knees are wide, big toes are touching or close together. Just rocking back and forth here. Adjust your hands as you feel necessary. You can stop at a plank position, or you can let the hips drop more. Finding your back bend. Pull your belly in to press you back, supporting this movement from the front of the floor. Breathing in forward and exhaling back. 2 or 3 of these. Going as slow as you like. Then walk your knees forward again and find a seated pose. So swing the heels to the side or cross the heels, the ankles, and sit through. And then bottoms of the feet together, knees wide. Hands can come down onto your ankles. Bend the elbows back towards your thighs, pressing the thighs towards the floor, butterfly pose. Long spine here, shoulders cut to the back body to keep the collarbones nice and broad, open through the chest, long through the neck, hinging forward at your hips. Feel like you can grab onto the toes here, bend the elbows, and hinge forward a little bit deeper. Maybe rocking the head around in this position, adding a stretch to the tops of the shoulders as you just reach, ear towards one shoulder or the other shoulder, or take a little half circle with the chin pointed towards the chest, feeling the back of the neck expand. Kind of reaching out through your head like a turtle coming out of the shell as you pull the shoulders back and reach the head forward. Feeling that stretch. Breathe in. Breathe out. When releasing your feet, sit yourself back up. Pull the left heel in closer to the groin. Step the right foot down onto the floor. So right knee bent, foot is down in front of you. Arms reach forward. You can lean back to add some momentum and then rock forward up onto that right foot, left knee, all the way up. So you can adjust here the left knee to be more underneath your hip or the right foot forward. Doesn't have to be any sort of perfect alignment here as we keep this in motion. Pull your belly in, start to sit back again. Lean back and again rock it forward, reach forward, come all the way up, arms up overhead. Good, and sitting back a few times here. Onto your bottom, lean back, rock it forward onto the left knee, right foot, arms up. Good, once more. Sitting all the way back. Coming all the way forward and up. Pause here at the top. And adjust your left heel now behind you, taking a half warrior. Walk the right foot forward a few inches, press your hips forward. You can tuck your left toes for a little bit more stability through the left hip. Tailbone dropping, chest lifting, reach up, breathe in, look up. Breathing out, relax the shoulders. Good, hands down. Take them around the right foot. Pause here. Good, just a few breaths, feeling this compression into the right hip. Let your hips be heavy, heart forward, neck long, pressing forward through the crown of your head. Good, and coming back towards your seat, untuck the left toe, swing the left heel towards the groin as you sit back, right leg long. Bring the left foot to the inside of the right leg, breathe in, arms up, reach to the sky, exhale, reach down to the right foot, folding over your right leg. So you can bend the knee as much as you need to grab onto the foot as you lengthen through the spine and hug the shoulder blades back. Maybe the right leg stays straight as you come forward, come down, plug the outer right hip down and back. So that outer right hip crease is reaching to the floor. And then draw your left ribs forward towards that right inner thigh. Breathe in. Long spine, breathe out. One more breath here. Exhale. Left palm down in front of you. Sweep the right arm up towards the sky. So opening into a twist. And reach up strongly through that right arm. Keep the right side body long. Right hand down. Bring the right heel in towards the groin. Left foot forward now. Arms reach forward in front of you. Lean back. And rock it forward up onto the right knee and left foot. Or you can adjust your knee and your left foot here. Pull your belly in. Start to rock it back again. Inhale, coming forward. Reach the arms up. Exhale, sitting back. Then about 3 more of these. Moving at your own pace, trying to find control through this movement. Hips forward, heart up, sitting back all the way back. Coming all the way to the top, we'll pause here, arms overhead. Swing the right heel back. Inch the left foot forward. You can tuck the right toes under for a little more stability as you press the hips forward, opening up the front of the right hip. It's okay here if the left knee kind of passes the ankle. There's not any weight there on the knee. As you draw the tail under, lift, lift, lift through the heart, draw your gaze up. Breathing in, breathing out. One more breath, hips forward, tail under, lift your heart, hands down, frame the front foot. Pause here. Let that left sit bone hang towards the floor. Relax through the neck, maybe rocking ear to shoulder, yawn through the jaw, breathe deep. Then untucking the right toes if they're tucked, begin to sit back, swinging the right heel back to the groin, left leg forward and long. Adjust the right foot to the inside of your left thigh. Breathe in, arms come up. Exhale, reach for the left foot, folding forward. Remember, you can bend this left knee a lot as we focus on the hinge through the hips, flat back, and then start to get into the hamstring or the back of the left leg by keeping this left heel forward and starting to straighten out. You can keep that bend here as you breathe. Maybe the left leg goes straight. Think left outer hip dropping down, right ribs reaching forward. 2 more breaths here. Begin to sit yourself back up. Cross the legs, come forward onto hands and knees, tabletop. Tuck the toes, lift the hips, downward facing dog. And adjust your stance a little longer. Maybe widening through your hands, making sure they're at least as broad as your shoulders. Maybe take a couple rotations through your neck, looking left and right. Shaking your head, yes and no. And start to tiptoe your feet forward. Take it really slow. 1 or 2 inches at a time. Walking the feet forward, press firmly into your hands. Like you're going to push in the handstand. So you're really pushing through the hands. Shoulders are super active. Trying to keep those hips high. Just doing your best here. And then forward fold at the top of the mat. So feet about hip width distance. Pull the belly in and then draw it down towards the thighs. You can reach for opposite elbows, reaching side to side, lengthening through the side body. Or if you like, you can bind onto your big toes with your peace fingers. Root the thumbs down, elbows wide, fold. And then releasing the hands back down towards the earth. Rock your weight to your heels, ragdoll yourself to standing. Really take your time here, moving slower than normal. Tapping back into that sensation of hips yielding from the earth, spine unfurling, head and chin lifting. Rotate the palms forward. Big breath as the arms circle wide, reach up. Hands to heart center, breathe out. Inhale, arms back up. Cactusing your arms, bend your elbows wide, fingertips wide. Hips press forward, lift through your chest. Hug those shoulders and elbows back. Lean back an inch or two. Breathe in, stand up tall, reach up. Right arm under left. Crossed elbows, maybe wrists. Eagle rock. Try to keep the wrists straight even if they don't cross. Feet come together, bend the knees, sit down like chair pose, pause here. Feeling this stretch through the shoulders. We want the elbows close enough to the chest that the shoulders can drop down away from the ears. Once you've found that set of your shoulders down your back, then maybe you press the forearms forward and the elbows start to reach forward, but without compromising or scrunching up into your neck. Try to pull the elbows towards the center line of your body. Hug the left shoulder especially down here. Feel that stretch. Breathe in. Breathe out. Right leg up and over the left. Maybe crossing the right toes towards behind the left calf, or right toes is in front as a kickstand as you squeeze those thighs together. Wherever you are, bend the standing leg more, push your hips forward, try to anchor your tailbone above your left heel. Spine long, belly strong, deep breath. Continuing to balance, unwind the right leg, kick the right heel back. Arms come wide, warrior three. Reaching your arms to the side, begin to hinge forward. Take your time. Soft bend through the standing leg, firm kick through the right heel. Good. Take your hands down underneath your shoulders, hinge forward. And so hands are down, right leg is lifted in the air. You can always bend the standing leg as well. You can always touch those right toes down if needed. With control, step your right foot next to your left, so feet together, top of the mat. Bend your knees, circle your arms up, chair pose, breathe in. Exhale, sit in, breathe out. Try to get the weight anchoring into your heels once more, leaning back a little bit, pushing the hips forward, reaching through the arms, spiral the thumbs in, the thumbs out, the pinkies in. Firm this space in your lower rib cage. Pull those ribs in and try to use the core to lengthen from pubic bone to sternum. Inhale, straighten your legs. Exhale, cactus arms. Elbows pull back, shoulders opening, hips press forward, lean back, look back. Inhale, lift back up, straighten out. Forward fold, exhale, hands small way down. Separate your feet, hip width distance. Inhale, halfway lift, hands can come to your shins as the heart pulls forward, shoulder blades draw back. Exhale, round and fold in, forehead towards your shins. Step your feet back, down dog. Inhale. Settle in, exhale. 3 breaths here. Try to rotate the inner shoulder crease that's near your ears outward, broadening the shoulders, setting them onto your side. Pull those lower floating ribs in again, and feel that action pull down towards your pubic bone, pressing it higher to the sky. Soften the knees, drop through your heels, feel the stretch. Breathe in, breathe out. Inhale, high plank, shift forward. Exhale, bend your elbows, slow lower all the way down to the mat. Tops of the feet press down, baby cobra. Breathe in, lift the chest. Exhale to lower. Inhale, lift again, pause here, keep breathing. Squeeze your legs together, press the tops of the feet firmly down. Press your pubic bone down, your belly button down. Float your hands up from the mat and twist off to the left, look to the left. Lift that left shoulder higher. Come back through center, twist toward the right. Right shoulder lifts, look to the right. Press the belly down, lift, lift, lift. Come back through center, arms sweep back, legs lift up. Whole body's peeling up from the mat. Breathe in, lift. Exhale, slow lower, slow as you can go. Feel your muscles pull back to the mat. Hands adjust underneath the shoulders, tuck the toes, push up or tabletop, down dog, hips up and back. Look forward between your hands. Tiptoe those feet forward. So tiptoe your feet forward, press, press, press into your hands best you can, push the ground away. Good, forward fold, top of the mat, keep hip width distance, hang down. Bend your knees, sit your hips toward the earth, circle your arms wide, stand all the way up, breathe in. Hands to heart center, breathe out. Inhale, arms up. Cactus arms, bend the elbows, hips forward, heart lifts. Inhale, straighten out, reach up. Exhale, left arm under right, crossing the elbows, maybe wrists, coming into your eagle, wrapping through the arms. So setting the shoulders down, feel the stretch through your neck. Feet come together, legs together. Bend the knees, sit down like a chair, pause here. Notice what it feels like to hug the right elbow towards the left, and then resist the left elbow back into the right. Rotate the wrists a little deeper. Tuck the chin slightly. Left leg up and over the right, or left toes in front. Bend the standing leg. Bring your knees towards the left, helping them adjust to the center line of the body. Tailbone above the right heel, shoulders over the hips, belly strong. Continuing with your balance, unwind the left leg, start to kick the left heel behind you. Arms can unwind, reaching to the sides, warrior three. So you can always be more upright in this pose, the left toes touching down, and practice lifting the left toes up. You can use a wall beside you for balance. As you work to getting your body parallel to the mat, lift through that left heel, lift through your right outer hip, pull the belly back in. Hands start to lower down to the mat underneath your shoulders. Check in with that right knee, hug it up towards your right hip. Good, you will always bend the standing leg here. Slowly lower, left leg to meet the right, feet together. Bend the knee, circle the arms up, chair pose. Exhale, sit into chair. Good, lots of energy building, maybe heart rate rising from all the balancing. Feeling the breath move in and out. Inhale, straighten your legs. Exhale, cactus arms, big breath out. Inhale, straighten out, reach up. Forward fold, exhale, let it go. Separate the feet, hip width distance. Inhale to half lift, hands to shins. Exhale to fold in, round in, forehead to shins. Step your feet back, down dog. Breathe in. Exhale, breathe out. Few deep breaths here. Inhale, high plank, shift forward. Exhale, slow lower, bend your elbows all the way down to the mat. Maybe you lower the knees, then the belly, then the chest. Breathe in, baby cobra. Lift your heart, anchor your legs. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, lift the arms, twist toward the left, baby cobra, twist. Lower down through center. Lift up and to the right. Hands up, right shoulder lifting, look to the right. Exhale, lower down. Tuck your toes, push up or tabletop. Down dog, hips up and back. Good, one more time with the tiptoe forward, heels up, hips up, pull the belly in. Start to inch the toes forward, press as strongly as you can through your hands, relax your neck, look between your thumbs. Good, heels lower, forward fold. Bend the knees, circle the arms wide, stand up. Hands to heart center, breathe out. Inhale, arms sweep up again. Back bend, you can press the palms together, hips forward, lift your chest. When you're ready, lift your center. Forward fold, exhale. Step your left foot to the back of the mat. Low lunge. Then spike the back heel high. Pull your chest forward. Drop your hips lower. Left palm plants. Breathe in, circle the right arm up. Lower your left knee down. Stay twisted. Reach your right hand straight behind you. Let your eye gaze follow your hand. Circle your right arm to the sky and all the way down to the mat, framing the right foot. Heel toe the right foot a little wider, taking the right hand on the inside of your right leg. And then flex the right foot, let that right knee hang out towards the right side, opening through that right hip. Maybe you shift your hips forward a little bit more, opening that right knee wider, right hand to the right inner thigh, gently pressing on the right inner thigh, not the knee, as you open to the right. Adjust the right foot back to the floor, tucking the left toes, lift the left knee, dial the left heel in and down. Breathe in, warrior one, arms up. Exhale, settle into your warrior. Inhale, lengthen up through the chest. Warrior two, open up the arms, let your hips open towards the long edge of your mat. Root strongly to the front heel, bend into the right knee. Lower your hands down onto your hips and rotate the right toes in. So you're turning towards the long edge of your mat for wide-legged forward fold. Bend the knees a bit and widen them, opening up the groin. Then start to hinge forward, reaching your tailbone back behind you and your chest forward, bringing your weight to your toes. Hands come underneath your shoulders. You can pause here or forward fold more deeply, maybe reaching to the outsides of your feet. And pulling elbows wide, crown of the head to the floor. If your head touches the floor, just bring your feet a little closer together to lift you away from the earth as you hinge and breathe. Start to walk your hands back towards the top of the mat, coming into low lunge through the right leg. Plant the palms, step the right foot back, downward dog. Breathe in, breathe out. Inhale, high plank, shift forward. Exhale, slow lower all the way to the belly. Inhale, baby cobra, feet anchor, lift your chest. Exhale, lower down. Tuck the toes, push up or tabletop. Exhale, down dog, hips up and back. Breath in, breath out. Keep pressing into your palms. Rotate those shoulders wider. Belly in, pubic bone back. Heels high, walking your feet forward towards your hands. Breathe in, half lift, lengthen. Exhale, fold in, round. Inhale, root to rise, arms wide, stand all the way up. Exhale, hands to heart. Inhale to your back bend. Take your variation, take your time. Inhale through center, reaching up, forward fold all the way down. Step your right foot to the back of your mat, finding your low lunge left side. And just making sure that your feet are only the width of your hips. So I have a tendency to always step the back foot, the right foot wider. So just checking that out, that the right heel goes straight back from your right hip bone. Can you settle into your legs, open up the groin, and then lengthen back through the heart and through the chest to relax your shoulders and your neck. Maybe take a yawn through the jaw. Right palm plants, reach the left arm up, find your twist. Try to stack your shoulders, rotate your gaze high. Lower your right knee down, and then reach the left hand straight behind you, looking behind you. So rotating through the neck, try to focus your eye gaze onto that left thumb. Breathe in, left arm circles all the way back to the floor. Then heel toe the left foot wide, bringing the left hand on the inside of the left foot. Left foot flexes, let the left knee start to hang out towards the left. You can stay right here, or left hand towards the inside of your left thigh. Gently press that left knee wide. Keep flexing the foot as you open the chest towards the left. If you want, hands to come forward a bit, lengthen the right knee back, get a little longer through your stance. Keep lifting out of the right shoulder. Breathe in. Slow unwind, breathe out. Left foot back to the mat, heel toe it towards center, right knee lifts, dial the right heel down, arms up for warrior one. Exhale, bend the front knee, find that strong warrior. Inhale, reach up. Warrior two, exhale, open up. See if you can move the left hip forward, but the left ribs back, helping you to get your shoulders stacked right over your hips, rather than having your torso be reaching forward or leaning forward. Feel that reach back and reset the shoulders over the hips, the core in one nice stacked line. Hands lower to your hips. Turn the left toes in. One more time, wide-legged forward fold. Bend through the knees. Set your tail back. Start to hinge at your hips. Coming down, hands can stop underneath your shoulders. Or you can interlace your hands towards your low back. Begin to hinge down. Maybe a little shimmy of the hips side to side. 2 more breaths here. Slowly bring your hands back to the mat and walk them forward to bring the left foot into your low lunge. Plant your hands down, push the floor away, and step the left foot back to down dog. Breathe in. Breathe out. Go ahead and lower your knees. So onto the knees, untuck the toes, and sit back to your heels. And interlace your hands towards your low back and bring the fist towards the left ribs. Squeeze your elbows towards one another. Drop your shoulders down. Really try to breathe here across the front of the chest as you hug the elbows towards one another. You feel the front of the chest and the tops of the shoulders opening, stretching as you breathe in. Relaxing through your core as you breathe out. Then move the fist towards the right side. So coming off to the right side towards the right ribs. Hug your elbows back. Drop the shoulders down. Try not to arch through your back or press your belly forward, but instead hug your belly back to get neutral for your spine. As you open up the front of the chest and reset the shoulder blades onto the back. And then release the hands down. Come to easy seated pose towards the center of your mat. And so we're going to come into boat pose. And if you're not wanting to do boat pose today, you can bring the bottoms of the feet together and the knees wide and hold your butterfly pose. Otherwise, coming into boat, belly is in, but low back is also pressing forward. That's going to keep your frame through the low back. As you lean back, you'll feel the abs kick on a little more. And lifting your feet up, you can hold the back of your knees. If you want a little more, reach those arms forward. If you'd like to kick it up further, extend the legs, point the toes. Keep pressing your low back forward and up, and your belly in and down. Good, so you can stay right here or with the arms forward, straighten out the left leg, bend the right knee. And then bend the left knee, straighten out the right leg. Bend both knees, grab behind the knees, lift your chest higher. Hug the heels together, send your knees wide. So almost a frog shape for your legs. And maybe the arms reach forward, knees wider, hug those heels together. Good. Chest lifts, low back forward. Good. Hands behind the knees, squeeze the legs together. Slowly roll it down onto your back. Pull your knees in towards your chest. Heels up towards the sky for happy baby. So in happy baby, you're reaching from the inside of your legs towards the outside of your feet. Pulling your knees towards your armpits. Heels are generally above your knees. Your shoulder blades are hugging back to the mat. Your tailbone is pressing down. If this is too much, you can always drop your heels down to your groin, knees wide, like a butterfly position on your back. You also have the option to bind your big toes with your peace fingers. And releasing your feet, set the feet down. Heel toe, the feet wide as your mat, rock your knees side to side. So loosening up the low back here with this movement. You can try some rocks where your hips don't move much, and you're just sort of moving your legs within the hips. And then just notice the difference as you let your hips rock with your legs and that feeling into the core. Okay, so as you come back through center, this time your knees are going to rock towards the left, but you'll try to bring the left thigh perpendicular to your body. So it's at a 90-degree angle from your spine. And the right knee is going to reach forward and down towards the front of your mat. So it's almost like just dropping your knees towards the left. But the left knee is higher towards your left armpit, and the right knee is lower, reaching more forward. And as you're here, focus on the stretch through the front of the right hip or anywhere you may feel it on the right side of the body. So maybe you feel that more in the right quadricep muscles, across the front of the right leg, or you might even feel it towards the right belly. And with the right arm, you have some options. You could reach for the right foot and pull the heel back towards the buttock. You could reach the right arm overhead. That might really open up the stretch through the front of your hip. And just feel free to make some micro adjustments here. If you feel you need to adjust for your back or your knees to be more comfortable. And take 3 deep breaths wherever you found yourself now. And then take your time as you slowly come out of that. And then heel toe your feet to touch and cross your right leg over your left. So there's no space between your thighs, you're hugging the legs together. And all you're doing here is letting your hips be really heavy towards the earth. And you feel that width across your sacrum connecting downward. And this right outer hip is sinking down, reconnecting towards the floor. Unwind your legs. The heel toe your feet wide again. You can take a couple rocks side to side if you like. And then knees flip towards the right. But this right thigh is going to come perpendicular to your spine. So right leg a little higher and left leg lower, reaching the left knee forward towards that short edge or front edge of your mat. And you can allow this left hip to rise as well from the floor. So you can lift through the left side to reach the left knee forward and down. Or you can stay more melted towards the floor, but just feel free to play with this position to find that stretch on the left side for yourself. And then with the left hand, maybe you reach towards the left heel, or reach the left arm overhead, get really long and expand through this left side. Two more breaths. Take your time as you start to unwind the legs. Heel toe your feet together, legs together. Left leg up and over the right. Reset here. Notice how as the legs cross, there's this width across the low back, but also this different rotation, a certain openness around your sit bones, or right around your tail. Just feeling into your low body, breathe in, breathe out. Good. And unwind your legs. You're going to take a variation of spinal twist, and you can take whichever you like. So we'll go towards the left first, offsetting the hips an inch or two to the right. So you could cross your right leg over the left. You could keep your knees together, or extend your left leg long is the one I'm going to do today. So left leg long, bend the right knee up. Roll to that left hip, drawing the right knee all the way across the body. Hands can rest onto the right ribs or reach to the sides. Drawing the gaze toward the right hands. Left hand can help draw the right knee closer to the mat. Starting to unwind, coming back onto your back. Offset your hips towards the left. Maybe left leg over right, or leg stays stacked. Or right leg long. Roll towards the right hip, guiding the left knee across the body, all the way down towards the right. Left heel can rest onto the right thigh. Hands can stay on the left ribs. Or left arm can extend, open to the left, intensifying that twist. Try to find space from your tail towards the mid-back or at the bottom of your rib cage in the back. And elongate that low back space by reaching your tail towards the right heel. And finding as much expansion or space through the mid-rib cage as you can with your breath, with those little adjustments in your core. And when you're ready, rolling onto your back. Walk your heels in towards your buttocks. We'll take a few bridge lift and lowers, focusing on the tailbone curl. So tailbone curls under, pointing towards the back of your knees, starting to lift your hips, and then continue lifting your hips, rolling your spine away from the mat. Once you reach the top of your bridge, start to articulate the spine back down, starting from your upper back to your mid back, swooping your low back down before your hips, then relaxing the hips, drop the tail. Again, curling the tailbone under, feeling your hips lift, then your low, your mid, your upper back. Find the height of your bridge, breathe in. Exhale, articulate that roll back to the mat. One more time. Take this at your own pace, going nice and slow. When your hips settle back to the mat again, draw the left knee in towards your chest. Interlace your hands across the left knee. You can stay here or extend the right leg long. 2 breaths. Set the left foot down, bend the right knee. Both feet to the floor. Draw the right knee in. Interlace your hands across the front of the right knee. Let your spine stay long. Left knee can stay bent or extend the left leg long. Good, breathing in. Breathing out. Set the right foot to the floor. And then bend the left knee again. Heel to the feet together. Let your knees open wide. Butterfly. Hands to the belly. Set your shoulders onto your back. Relax through the groin. Take a few deep belly breaths. Inhaling, belly rises. Exhale, belly falls towards the spine. Inhale, belly rises, pushing the hips down, opening up. Exhale, soften your low back, soften your waist. You can stay here or gently start to close the legs up. Bringing the knees together, extending one leg and the other. Maybe the hands rest down to the sides. Connecting to the toes, to the fingertips. Breath moving fluidly through the body. Feeling its ebb and flow, your rise and fall. Relax and down. The weight of your body surrendering towards the earth. your chin float towards the left shoulder. Take a few breaths here. Let your chin roll towards the right shoulder. A few breaths there. Roll your chin through center. Reach your arms over your head. Stretch your body long. Reach through your big toes. Breathe in. Breathe out. Inhale. Start to bend your knees. Roll to your side. Exhale. In. Round in. Start to draw yourself towards easy seat. Lick the lips, beyond the jaw. Tall posture, hands to heart, soft, breathe in. Exhale, bowing the head to the heart. Noticing body, mind, motion, breath. This moment. Noticing your ability to slow down, to reset. The difference between the first moments of practice, the last moments of practice today. Journey where your will brings you. Spirit of change. Namaste. Thank you all.